Welcome to the Empower Me Now experience. It's such a pleasure to having you here. I am Sabina Matharu, one of the co-founders of the Empower Me Hub, and with me I have Sharon Bowles as well, who is my partner in crime. Now, if you are joining us live or maybe you're watching the replay, just know this session is part of a greater mission to help leaders, professionals, and change makers like you to lead with clarity, grow with purpose, and live a life where well-being is at center. Because know this, it's no longer enough to just push harder and do more, because it's really about sustainable success, and it does require deeper understanding of resilience, alignment, and also the ability to thrive without burning out. Really important, without burning out. And that's really why we have created this session, because we want to talk about the well-being breakthrough, and we're going to dive into practical strategies, also some tips, real-world insights, also from our experience, and also help you with mindset shifts that you can apply immediately. So with that said, we just want to say why are we actually talking about this topic? Because we realize that we are actually whole humans. And when you think about it, we encounter stress, burnout, frustration, lack of motivation, anxiety. That's just normal. And this actually impacts really heavily on performance and health at work and at home. And that will actually impact also friends and family, could impact them really negatively. And that's why we would like to have this conversation and make sure that we understand what we can do about it. So this is the well-being breakthrough, and I help you reclaim your health without sacrificing your career. And we're going to go through the 5-step formula to balance and improve both your work and your personal life. So it's really about breaking free from burnout and building the life of on your own terms. As I already said, I am Sabina Matharu. I kind of call myself now the life strategist. I've been working in the corporate world for so many years as a leadership coach, a consultant, but now I've turned into kind of a life strategist because I realized we need to look holistically at a whole human. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what myself and Sharon have created here, which is the Empower Me Hub, because now we are looking at the whole life scenario, which is not just leadership coaching and consulting, or leadership, becoming a better leader, or thriving in your career. Maybe you're an entrepreneur, maybe you're also a parent who needs help. So there's so many different avenues that we need to explore. We need to actually balance somehow and understand how do we actually thrive in all areas in our life. And that's why I guess we call ourselves the life strategists. So over to you, Sharon.
Thank you, Sabina. This is such fun. I've been working in corporate as well for 30 plus years and burned out completely. So I know what it's like to be in that space and know what it's like to recover from burnout and how long it takes. So preventing that to me is absolutely critical, and helping people do that is one of my passions in life. And this is why I'm also a life strategist and have fallen into that role, deliberately created it, and apparently quite helpful to people along the way. There's a lot of people who seek me out for advice, and I'm looking forward to providing more of it to more people globally with this Empower Me Hub, which is an awesome partnership that Sabina and I have created together. So let's get into this. Why this topic? Well, 76% of remote workers have considered quitting due to mental health challenges. And, you know, the world is changing so rapidly now. Change is constant. And there's so much going on at home and at work that mental health is at an all-time epidemic. So we need to address that and make sure that we remain healthy mentally, even while we're addressing all of these different emerging challenges that come along. And 71% of employees regularly work beyond their scheduled hours. One of the coping strategies for stress and for fear and anxiety is to push harder, push harder, push harder, and it's burning us out. This is what I was doing. I was working beyond scheduled hours all the time, and it was burning me out. And now I realize and see where all the challenges were. I can help others escape those before we even get there, which is great. And 51% of leaders support a rise in mental health related absences. This is definitely happening everywhere I see it, working with my coworkers as well. I see, and my, coachees, I see that mental health is definitely on the rise. So um, we we need to talk about this. We need to bring it to light. We need to uncover and unpack the component pieces so that we can work on well-being, our work life, our home life. Um, in well-being, we don't want to have sleepless nights, worrying all night long, or missing meditation time and gym time and nature time, going out and making sure that we are well in our whole selves. Um, at work, we may be facing or seeing recent layoffs, um, increasing the political wrangling that's going on around us. I saw a lot of that in corporate, and still see it now. So it's a matter of making sure that you understand where the political wrangling is coming from and how to address that along the way. And then there's um, a lot of people are just ducking their head, waiting for this to pass, waiting for that to pass, waiting for it to go away so that we can return back to normal. Well, there is not necessarily a new normal. There's a new normal, but not necessarily going back to the way it was. And so we have to work on addressing that along the way. And home life, we have relationship challenges causing distrust. Aging parents. I've had to work with my parents, my grandmother, and my mother-in-law in helping them shift their lives to the next stage. And it's quite complex, and also impacts the home life, my relationship with my husband, and the people that I work with. So it's really important that family and friends are part of the formula to create a whole human, whole life success. The core problem, well, society tells us that success is sacrifice. Well, no, it doesn't have to be. It's you choose. Um, and if you are in sacrifice, no amount of appreciation will ever please you. So avoid getting into that mental state of sacrifice, and that will help in a huge way. But also, many high achievers work harder, push through, and ignore exhaustion. How many times have you gotten home and you're trying to prepare dinner and you just don't have the energy? And so you make different choices than you would otherwise, and not necessarily the most healthy ones. I know I've been there and I've done that quite a few times. And the result is declining health, happiness, and motivation, and our energy levels are just tanking. So, how can we fix this? So, today we will cover a simple 5-step formula to create work life balance without hurting your career. We'll show you how to prioritize health, set boundaries, and stay energized. Setting boundaries is really key, and it's also um, a self-confidence move as well as a bold move to make sure that people understand that your presence requires uh, fitting within those boundaries and that you have your own boundaries for yourself, and that you make sure that you continue to keep your mindset in line with where you're going. And we're going to cover also the number one mindset shift that changes everything. And by the end of this session, you'll have a clear path to reclaim your life, your career, and accelerate your success in all of those different aspects.
Okay.
And so we have the 5-step formula.
There we go. Let's dive right into the 5 steps.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think this is really important to really think as if it's something that's going to help you balance both work and personal life. Now, there's never going to be the perfect balance. There isn't, but we can sneak in some small sort of times when we are taking time for ourselves and re-energize. Like, for example, I have my gym routine. Whenever possible, I take a lunch hour and then go to the gym, or on a Thursday morning, I actually go to the spa. Now, of course, I'm self-employed and I have a bit more flexibility around this. However, even if you're working 9 to 5, then really think about carve out the time for you, because once it's in the diary, it will be done. So that's really, really important to actually, you got to actively work on this. So some little tips and insights. Now, overcoming burnout and energy drain is number 1. The problem is we feel exhausted, but we just can't slow down. We've got too many things to do and we can't afford to slow down, right? However, the insight here is that your body isn't meant to run on stress and caffeine alone, and just grabbing a sandwich for a lunch and not really giving your body some good nutrients isn't good in the long run. We probably know this, right? So it's really about learning how to optimize energy naturally through small daily recovery moments. For example, we could be doing some deep breathing. Even whilst we're on the toilet, meditation is a bit more difficult during the day, but maybe it could be a morning thing or an evening thing. Even listening to some music, even whilst traveling to work, doing some baking on the weekend. Of course, exercise, gym, gardening, walking in nature. That's really great. Fresh air, walking in nature. And then, of course, there are other guided techniques. For example, we have a lot of different re-energizing exercises inside the Empower Me Hub and workshops, which we'll talk about later on as well in terms of how could you tap into that. Then we have step 2, which is creating boundaries without guilt. Yeah, so Sharon already talked about boundaries, and quite often we can't really say no. We are, a lot of us, maybe people pleasers, and we want to do well. And of course, when we are in a job, we don't want to be seen as the naysayer, and we're going to take on things maybe that we just shouldn't have taken on. So it's really about being more selective around what do we take on and what could we say no to. And we can say no in a nice way as well, right? So, and when we're taking things on which we knew we should have not taken on, then the insight here is that we obviously have now realize that we haven't really set our boundaries, and that could lead to burnout and also resentment. And we're thinking, well, actually, no, I shouldn't have been doing this. And now I'm really frustrated because I'm in this project and I need to do this, although I didn't want to do it. Okay, so it is a fine balance. Obviously, myself and Sharon are both leadership consultants and trainers, and we're having these conversations every single day with our coaches and organizations. And of course, it's always a bit of a discussion around what was a situation, how could you have set boundaries better and without feeling guilty and without actually getting into this sort of hamster wheel where now you realize you can't, you should have delegated this in the first place. So the solution here is the mindset shift. It is really saying no to things that you know are distractions, and of course, saying yes to the things that matter. Now, how do we do this? This is probably easier said than done. Well, what matters to me is different, you know, to what matters to other people. So it's important that we spend time to discover our personal values. For me, for example, family is really important. So well-being is also important to me. That's why I prioritize and I say, well, actually, these and these times I go to the gym, and once a week I also go to the spa and have an hour in the spa. Right. So we need to link those values to your choices and reset the way you prioritize your time and choose to respond over reacting. So this is the thing. Quite often when we get stressed and we haven't set boundaries, then there is some sort of backlash at some point. It just gets too much. Like this, just this. Well, I guess it's just what do you say? The barrel is overflowing or something like that, right? How would you say that in English, Sharon? It's like the last drop, and it's like, woo, it's just overspilling, right? And then you realize, oh,
Exactly.
we've gone too far, right? And then we are reacting. We're in reactive mode. We are panicking, and that's no good. We don't want to react, and we don't want to firefight when we could have actually avoided getting to this stage. And that's what this whole conversation is about. It's about not being reactive, but proactive, and not letting it get too far. And then I hand over to you, Sharon. Step 3.
Yeah, and it's really about this is not unusual. You are normal. This is something that's happening everywhere. It doesn't matter what company we do our coaching with, who what level in the organization they sit at. Everyone is having these same struggles and the same challenge. So you're not alone. You are um, in the right place and space, and it's okay to be in these problem areas, but it's also important to recognize that and prioritize your health and well-being in a busy life, because you know there's time beyond work that needs to be healthy as well. So I don't have time to focus on my health. Well, yes, you do. And it isn't extra work, it's actually the fuel for your success. So, like running on your car doesn't run on an empty tank. You need to fill your tanks as well. We have all kinds of different tanks. We've got emotional tanks. We've got physical tanks. We've got you know our life challenge tanks that we can deal with challenges when those tanks are full. So understanding that and making tiny shifts will create a big impact. And you can start with just 10 minutes of self care every day. It doesn't take very long. You can listen to your body, sit and listen to what's going on inside of you. If you can tap into your soul energy and you can tap into understanding what's needed for your body, for your health, for your mental state of being, it will increase your performance and cut away that which no longer serves your energy gains. And let me tell you that that is such a liberating approach and will help you avoid burnout in a big way, which is great. The other thing is find purpose beyond the hustle. So there's so many times we feel we're on the hamster wheel, that we're stuck in this cycle of work and we're just running, pushing hard all the time. Well, here's a little tip for you, that you're meant for more than just grinding through life. Um, so it's really important to reconnect with what actually excites you. I just had a client the other day, and I gave her homework to go play. And she's like, "What? Play?" I don't do that. I'm like, I know. This is why you're stressed. This is why you're anxious. This is why you're burning yourself out. This is why you're pushing through the hustle. Go play. Um, go find out what excites you. Go find out that energy source that is unique to you. And what would success look like on your own terms? Learn how to listen to your intuition. Let your inner voice have a place and space in your life. Let me tell you, it took me quite some time for me to find my intuition and my voice of intuition, and I needed a coach along the way to help guide me to get to that. So um, we all have that, and we block it away. That little inner voice that says, "This is wrong," or "This just isn't a right fit," or um, "I think it should happen this way instead of this way." Why am I overriding my intuition and going in a way that isn't working for me? The results are what matter, and finding your purpose, understanding your values inside and outside of your work life, um, is the way to actually tap into that voice of intuition and hear it more often than not, which is what is going to help guide you into the mental health movements and the well being practices that actually make a difference for you. They will be unique to you. Not no one has the blueprint. It's not preordained or organized to make it work for every single person all of the time. You have to discover it on your own, and it's your very well being that's at risk if you don't. So, the other step, which is really, really key, is build a support system. Um, you can't go it alone. Um, we all try and then fall back into our old habits. How many times have we gone to a workshop or a retreat or some other event or even on vacation expecting to recover from burnout instantly, which doesn't happen? And we go back to work and we fall right back into the old habits. Um, Success isn't about willpower either, it's about having the right support. So when you actually are able to unlock all of this, talk about it, clarify it, understand what's really going on, then you can um, work with people, other people, get the accountability and structured guidance that then leads to sustainable progress. So, finding the support and learning you need, lifelong learning is really, really key here, is to continue learning, and learning about yourself is a really great place to start on that learning journey, and build resilience habits that will allow you to smoothly move through any challenges that arise along the way so that you are set up for success instead of being set up for failure. So um, you have the right to your success. You have the permission to go ahead and take care of yourself so that you can actually have the energy and all of the brilliance that you have can shine out to everybody in your life, your friends, your family, your work, your colleagues, your relationships that you're building inside and outside of your the work that you do. So um, it's really interesting insights to make sure that you can do it, but you can't do it alone. It is one of the reasons why Sabina and I created the hub is to have that community of support and also a place and space for learning, that continuous learning, that lifelong learning approach is where we're going with all of this, and really, really excited to help all of you on this journey of success in life and well-being and career. So over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was brilliant. And yes, it's so true. You deserve the support. And I think we do need to support each other because we could be falling back into old habits. It's hard to create new habits, and doing it on our own, no accountability, it's very, very tough. How many times have we set New Year's resolutions and then end of January, February is like, we've given up, right? So if you're now sitting here and you are a high achiever, but you feel burnt out and exhausted, this is what you need to do. You need to heal that trauma, right? You want to re energize. You love your work, but your health and personal life are suffering. You need to carve out time to strategically re energize, as we mentioned, and the tips that we've given you. You may be feeling guilty when you try to set boundaries or take breaks. You need to assess your priorities according to your values. You know you need to change, but you don't know where to start. So seek help and find learning and support environments. And lastly, you want success and well being without sacrificing either. So make a long term commitment to your health and happiness and discover ways to bring it into your life. Yeah, it's not one or the other. We can do both together. And that's exactly the reason why we've created the Empower Me Hub, because both Sharon and I, we've been working in the corporate world as senior leaders, as consultants, as leadership coaches, trainers, and we've seen it all. And we knew we needed to create one space where we can help people not only, you know, learn about leadership skills or work career skills, but also mastering life's lessons and the learnings and implement them in a sustainable way. And there we go. I know we are whole humans. We always talk about whole human being. We need holistic support. And that would cover well being, career development, leadership skills. That's self leadership, by the way, and team leadership, of course. Then there are areas of parenting, there are areas around physical well being, financial well being, emotional well being, and so on, right? So I want to share that with you, what we have created and what this could look like if you join us inside the community. It's interactive and fun. Now, this is where community comes in. It's having conversations, it's being open and supportive with each other. But also, there is a clear pathway and goals because we need to measure our successes. We need to get into the habits. We need to be clear around our priorities. So, as part of the onboarding process inside the Empower Me Hub, we have created an assessment basically to help you prioritize and to help you create a pathway for your learning and for your transformation. And this is exciting. You are in control. Well, how often do we not get the support from our employer, and maybe not the support that we may just need, because we may have challenges at home. Maybe you do get training for your at work, and or maybe not enough. Like whatever it is, you're in control. You can join this community. It's very, very affordable. We're going to keep it that way as well, and just navigate through whatever challenges you have, whether it's work, it's life, or both. You choose your pathway. We're sharing experiences. As I said, we are a community. We are sharing lessons, learnings. We are, putting in reflective questions, and we're just here to, just share. And of course, if you feel like you don't want to share or be vulnerable, that's fine as well. It is a safe place. It's there for everyone, and you can just go and learn on your own pace. You can go and tap into resources at your own time as well. So there's no rush, there's no pressure at all. And then, of course, we're here to help you stay accountable. And this is why there is the platform. The platform that we have chosen is a really amazing platform. It's something that's safe. It's a safe space. It's very visual as well. It allows for accountability. It allows for interactions, live interactions as well. And it's really there to help you with this. Perhaps it's a missing piece that you've been looking for. It's how do we make it last? How do we make a journey transformational end last, because yes, we can go to one workshop, we can take a few tips, but is it going to be sustainable? Are you going to live by that, for a long time? Are you going to make that jump? That's where consistency comes in, because real change does require consistency, support, and also an integrated toolkit and an approach that's going to work for you as a whole human. So this is why we've created a proven system and a supportive community that is essential for lasting success. And here it is. This is the Empower Me Hub. We're not just addressing one element, but you can access an integrated, sustainable approach that includes learning, actionable steps, fun, and a community, as already mentioned. Now, how would you get started? You would receive a step-by-step roadmap. You would do an assessment, and then you can prioritize and craft your tailored roadmap. So it's not just a big buffet of stuff. It's really going to help you create a tailored approach to whatever you would like to start with, and then you can set monthly goals if you like. And we're here to support you, right? We are a supportive community of like-minded professionals. We share experiences, we can ask questions and have fun along the way as well. And then thirdly, as I said, we are an integrated community, and we have lots of different experts and additional coaching and resources, because you can actually find all areas of the whole human beingness inside of the community. You can tap into our experts. They're all in there. We've got amazing speakers, even authors. And I was just talking to one of our experts. She said, well, I'm a multiple sort of best-selling author, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to share my book in the community. And I was like, yeah, but not only the book, but also people can come and ask you questions. Where is that happening elsewhere? You can buy a book on Amazon, but you don't have access to the author and ask questions. That's pretty amazing, right? You can directly connect with them inside the community. And if you think about it, like, this is how it works, right? So we've got a community tab where we're having conversations. You can network, ask Q&As. We have peer support and also give you accountability. Little challenges from time to time, like lots of different interesting things. We have a calendar tab. So this is where you find all the guest speakers. We have live events as well, because we don't just want you to tap into videos and go this, on your own. Yes, you can do that as well, because you can take this anywhere in the world. You can watch all the replays if you can't make the live events, because we know you are working, life is busy. But we try to do lunch and learns as well in between, so that you can come and join and ask questions live. We have speaker roundtables where we have different speakers together and we talk about an integrated approach. We have Empower Me hours where we can help you reflect, set new goals for the next month, and also get started sessions. You can literally come and jump on a call with us, and we show you how the whole training platform can work for you. Where do you best get started? And just help you prioritize and help you also create your roadmap. So everything's really, really there on your fingertips. Then we already have a classroom. So we have the event replays there, some mini trainings, workbooks, journals, meditations, coaching, Q&A, the lot. As you can see, it's really visual, and I'm just really so excited about this platform, because I was always looking for something that is visual, because I'm very much a visual learner and I don't want to be overwhelmed with things that may not be appropriate for me. So this is why we've created some subcategories around career, around well-being, and within well-being we have physical, emotional, mental, financial well-being sections. Then we have a whole range of self-leadership tools, and then of course all the team leadership tools around negotiation, conflict management, giving, receiving feedback, how to get the best out of your team, because that's our bread and butter, Sharon, isn't it? That we do this every single day. We coach
yes.
on exactly those things. Home life. So I thought, well, we need a section about home life, because there's so many things we want to talk about home life. Like, it could be you have an elderly person at home, or someone who is sick, or maybe you had a bereavement, you're a parent. All these questions. But where else can you learn about this stuff and have conversations about these things, right? So there's so many different areas that you can tap into. Before I go into how to join and sort of where to get started, Sharon, is there anything else that I've missed and that you just wanted to kind of share, because we're the co-pilots here in the making?
Yeah, this is stuff that you and I talked about for quite some time before we created the hub.
Mm.
And that we came up with these topics because these are topics that we seek out ourselves all the time. And we keep learning while we're growing as well. And we get the same opportunity you do in tapping into the expertise of absolutely brilliant people all over the world who help out in every one of these areas. And we continue to grow and learn with you. It's a really exciting place because um, we connect people, we connect the ideas, we integrate life into that whole human element, which really, and then we do the breakdown and we, really help to support you in achieving your success. So already we're getting some really interesting relationships occurring within the community that are growing the strength of the individuals in there in brand new ways. And I just love what we're up to, what we're doing. The intent that we have behind this is to support people and to support the whole human, not just the providing leadership skills at work or project management or any of the other specific areas. It's all about making sure that we can walk away from our jobs at the end of the day and still be in that state of happiness and fulfillment and contribution that is of key interest to us. Our values are very, very clear. You will see all of that within the hub, and all of our speaker talks and so on are very clear on understanding that uh, that we all need this support. And so we're ready to help you. We're ready to join in. There's a lot of wonderful conversations happening. I'm really excited to see how far this goes and how much more we can add to it on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I think you just said something really important here. It's like we adding, this is growing as well. This is growing with our community, and this is the beauty about this, that we can take the requests and then get speakers in for these different areas, and then we're so flexible around this and really have our ear to the ground. So yeah, very, very excited, and hopefully you will join us today. And look, you may not know what's on the inside. That's why we created a 7-day free trial. It's risk free. You can jump on and just join in and have a look around the library, or you can start with the Empower Me quest. So basically, we've created a bit of a treasure hunt, bit of fun on the inside. You can get started just going through a quest where we onboard you and you have different areas that you can work on, different suggested masterclasses, and you go through an assessment yourself. So you actually see what's inside and you can get a real great feel for the first couple of days as well. So yeah, I'd love you to consider to join in. It's a very low cost community. We want to keep it this way because we want to keep it really, really accessible for everyone and get the support. So when you join, you will see a page like this with a video. I think by now I changed the video. I've updated it a little bit more. I give you a bit more insights around the classroom when you land on this page. But just know I wanted to show this is where it says start free trial. That's the button you would press. It will also tell you what the monthly fees are at that time as well before you sign up. And yeah, you might have to create a profile, but it's free, obviously, to have a profile on the platform, and then you would just come and join us and we'll be in contact. We'll ask you what are your priorities, how can we support you, and then make sure you get to the onboarding as quickly as possible and as most effectively and efficiently as possible as well. So yeah, I think that's it from us. We've got the
Yeah.
link to join in the chat, and we'll make sure it's also around the video, in the description, wherever you're watching this. It will be appearing somewhere. And yeah, let's connect. And if you know anyone else who would like to join and this is beneficial, please share, because we know right now we are all going through a very, very tough economy. There are lots of redundancies. I've just seen it quite recently in very close family, and they've been working there for many, many, many years, and it just comes to a shock. And then this is a time when you do need the support, when you need to build the resilience, where we help you write CV and connect and help you sort out your LinkedIn if need be, if there's something you need. There are so many different ways that this Empower Me Hub can help you.
And avoid burnout along the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is really key. Well, we look forward to learning about you and your brilliant spark of energy, and seeing how you want to help us grow this community as well as participate in it. So it's very active and involved. So it's up to you how much you want to be a part of it and how little you want to be a part of it. But join in and get what you need from it. And then you can see where you want to take it as well.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Sharon.
Okay, take care.
We'll see you soon, hopefully inside the hub. Take care.
Yes.